The youth in America, you know, 20 years ago, America was going through a transitional phase. You know, it was 2 years post 9/11. I was a junior in high school in '03. And during that time, you could still get away with letting your kids go outside to play. Internet and social media really wasn't a big thing around that time. It was up and coming, but you know, we have all these high gadget things we have now to where it just takes your whole day up and you don't get shit done. You don't do anything. You just, your whole day is either in a phone or a computer screen nowadays. I remember back in the day when I had my very first cell phones, a flip phone, Sprint phone, and have all this. I remember the Nokia family plan phones where you can make your own custom beats, but it wasn't no wireless internet. It was just a screen and pixels. I mean, I'm being honest with you. The moment we got these devices, cameras, GoPros, computers, games, smart TVs, anything to keep your mind busy and active, the youth just got away from going outside. And a lot of it due to parenting, because you know, why I seen kids outside, you just give them a damn cell phone, you know, and not put no parent guard on them and let them just roam the internet and find things that corrupt their minds. I'll be 37 here in a few weeks, guys, and you know, I have a grandmother that's gonna be 89 in a couple of weeks, and you know, we talked yesterday, and my grandma still works, 89 years old. Don't have to, but you know, she wants to stay active. And it got me to thinking about how many young kids are dying nowadays before they get to be my age, right? A lot of it is due to a life of crime. A lot is due to not being raised right. You know, yes, I'm a blame a lot of the fathers in this one for just being sperm donors and not being around to mold and shape your children. They go for both boys and girls, because both genders need a father. The mother can't do everything. But I know a lot of mothers push the fathers away. So I guess it goes both ways. I'm putting equal blame on both parents. Let's just do it that way. Equal blame on both, because it's just hard to figure out if the father left on his own accord, just a sperm dump, or if the mother pushed the father away for welfare purposes. So let's just keep it 50-50 down the middle. But a lot of that comes to do with parenting, how you raise your children. So I see more 13-year-olds, 14-year-olds, 15-year-olds, 16-year-olds getting involved in more nefarious activities nowadays. And a lot of it because they're looking for attention. They want to follow the crowd. They need a role model, right? So this goes back to when the original Crips and Bloods and stuff was first brought up back in the 70s and shit. And that was the reason why those gangs exist in the first place. It was to take in people, right, that were looking for love, attention, a brotherhood or a sisterhood. And they got involved in the gang life because they wasn't getting that affection at home. What make it even worse nowadays is that we purposely avoid our kids because our life is too busy. So we give our children cell phones and things, and that child a lot of times just doesn't want that cell phone. That child really wants your attention. You know, we don't put our children in sports anymore because it's too expensive to put your kids in something that they want to do. Or, you know, your child might want a Nintendo system or a PlayStation system, and you've been known this for 2 or 3 months at a time. Instead, you saving money, you're fucking your money off going to the cafes and clubs, and your kid can't get what he wants, and he and she is making good grades, and you might have promised that child that device. There are so many factors at play that'll make a child turn to a life of crime. But a lot of that comes from neglect, right? I'm a father of two children. And most of you know my son has autism. I do the best that I can for both of them, right? I'm no means the perfect father. My wife is an amazing mother, right? And we try our best to spend as much time as we can with our children because, you know, eventually they're going to grow up, and they're growing up. Every day you get a little bit older, a little bit wiser. And you want to cherish that time you have with them while they're young because you don't know what their future holds, and you try to prepare them for the future the best way that you can. I know that it's not wise not to let my kids have some electronics because you want them to be current in things. But I also know that I need to monitor what they do, and a lot of stuff they watch is kid friendly. I have child blocking on a lot of shit, even all my TVs in the house. Why? Because I don't want my kid to be exposed to anything that might corrupt his or her mind. That's why. When I sit down and watch football and sports, I'm a big football fan. My kids usually be in the same area I am watching sports. They want to know why is daddy yelling at the TV like you fucking son? Because I'm into sports. And I want my children to be into something that's going to be productive and not quick money. It pains me to see youth nowadays that is just casually throwing their lives away by either doing some stupid shit on the highway like racing. A few over in Gwinnett County, all them 5 kids that just died right there, come off of Lawrenceville's Highway, 316 coming out of Athens right there in I-85 in Gwinnett County. That car and that truck, that accident with them vehicles went off the on-ramp to get on 85. They went over the ramp from racing. Stuff like that. Innocent kids snuffed out from dumb shit. You look at all the shootings we have at the Atlantic Station up in Midtown and stuff like that around here. And not just here, we're around the world. In Chicago, especially in fucking LA and New York and Philly. And I mean, look at what's going on in Philly. Look, all that looting that was going on over there, I seen a lot of young folks out in that stuff when they should have been at home. Now a lot of those guys and women are getting charges at a young age and throw their whole life away. I understand times are hard. I get it. Times are hard on all of us because of what's going on in Ukraine. Here's a news flash. It's going to get worse because what's going on over in Israel and stuff right now, over in Gaza, on the Gaza Strip, over there, around Jerusalem and shit, near Jordan and shit, over there. You know, the Holy Land. I'm not going to get into religious talk. You know, I grew up in the church, all that stuff. No, it don't seem like it, you know. Americans got killed over there in that country. Americans got killed. Now they ain't all right saying it, but Americans done got killed in that country. Okay? Don't be surprised if America takes action and then retaliate. Because it's most likely going to fucking happen. Right? It's bad enough that we got troops sitting outside the Ukrainian border over there watching this shit go on, and Biden is hoping, I hate to say it, hoping for one of the soldiers to get struck over there so we can invade or go to war with Russia, which is stupid. And this is why times is hard on all of us, because we won't mind our business and focus on the mainland. But now that Americans done got killed, now a lot of them was living in Gaza, Disney, whatever over there, and in Israel and shit like that, right? A lot of them that got killed over there, they were living over there. So it might not be no repercussions. But this is America. And when Americans get killed like that, usually some retaliation is going to fucking come out of that, okay? If that were to occur, I expect it to get even worse here in America. And believe it or not, it's going to get worse anyway in America. I'm looking at getting a bigger home. I found some property I want to buy. But guess what? Interest rate's so fucking high. I'm not going to go from a 3% interest rate to a 7% interest rate to get a home built. I'm going to have to wait. The cost of living is high. Food is high. Gas is high. It's high. It's hard on all of us. And a lot of you young children out there, they don't understand that. So you guys want to make quick money. And here's a news flash. Everybody's armed now. Everybody has a gun. It's not really worth risking your life behind that. And like I say, I'm not saying that what you're doing isn't justifiable, because like I said, a lot of you young kids get involved in that. Y'all looking for the attention. Y'all find that love in that. But just know you run the risk in that. And I'm pretty sure anyone in that world, I'm probably told you that. Tomorrow's not promised to no one. But when I turn the news on, I see 3 teens shot dead over drugs. I'm like, wow. Wow. School shooting. 16 kids shot dead by one of their own classmates from bullying. Like, wow, that kid, the parents can take the kid to go get some type of training, learn some defensive skills. Instead of babying the kid the whole life, when the kid finally got picked on, the kid retaliated and grabbed the gun. That's the world we live in today, guys. Listen, I'm going to end with this. I'm going to end it with this. We all want better days. I know, especially for me being a father, I want my kids to have the most successful and most beautiful life they can have. And it's my job and my wife's job to ensure that they can achieve that. But I'm not so sure that our government can make those changes for America to make a more of a positive shift. It's so divided right now. And that's why a lot of these youth is turning to a life of crime. A lot of these kids getting involved in crime, they're doing it because they're tired of seeing their parents. This is why I say I don't know their situation, but I know a lot of it stems from parenting. But they probably say their parents suffering, right? Some of them don't have parents. They live with their grandparents. Their grandparents might be suffering, struggling. So they turn to a life of crime. They get involved in a life of crime just to do that. But if America was functioning like it's supposed to function, a lot of these young people won't do all that. So, like I say, it depends on how you're looking at everything. I'm trying to look at it through a whole sphere. But I want you young people to know that trying to make easy money, even though it might be for some of the most admirable reasons, you always run the risk of severe consequences from that. Cherish your life. Don't throw your life away. And I know a lot of us see it. We see it all the time. Every time. Today, when I turn TV on today, I'm probably going to see 9 kids around this area shot across America. Especially on the West Coast. It is jumping over there on the West Coast. So, to the parents, and I'm as a father, you know, I'm speaking from a place of experience. To the parents out there, get more involved in your children's lives. Get involved. I got plans this weekend with my children. Just did something this past weekend. Get involved in their lives. Take some time and get involved in your children's lives when they get old and then they grow this perspective that you don't care about them. Get involved in their lives. Some of these children don't have a choice, so they turn to that life of crime because, like I say, their grandparents are struggling. Their mom is struggling. They single parents. They ain't got no parent. They grew up in a homeless shelter. So some of them just get involved in that life of crime because they're looking for a role model and they want better lives and futures too. Some of them get out of that life of crime and become powerful speakers. Black America as a whole, it's time to grow up. Latin America, it's time to grow up. I mean, the whole world just need to grow up. Seeing more violence every time I turn the fucking TV on. But you got to go through some chaos sometime in order to get peace. You ever heard that old term? If you want peace, prepare for war. That's what we're going through right now. But looking at what's to come, it's going to get worse before it get better. But we don't want our children to be the victims because the children are our future. And that's just facts. That's just facts. They're the next generation. Now, I hate to say it that they don't know how to work hard. Computers are taking over all that. But they are the next generation. It's up to us to guide them there. It's up to us to lead them there. We can't do that. We always entrenched in our phones. We don't know shit about life. Take them fishing. Take them skating. Take them hunting. Take them camping. Take them to the gym. Teach them life skills. Teach them how to work on a car. Turn a wrench here or there. Do some homework. And I don't mean homework like, well, do that too. But work inside the house. Show them how to cook and clean. Show them that. Let them have an hour or two on their phone a day, but make them get outside and be active. I go to the park, it's hard no kid in the motherfucking park. It's fall break where I'm at here in Georgia now. I passed by the park. It was a little bit nippy this morning, but I just passed by the park not even 30 minutes ago. It's like 70 degrees outside. There's no child in sight at the park. 20 years ago, a day like this, parks used to be packed with grown-ups, kids, barbecue, and loud music. If it was a holiday like Columbus Day. Today. Ain't none of that. The world is changing. The world is changing. And we're not teaching our children shit anymore. That's what's scary. That's scary. I'm going to leave it at that. That's scary. Hope you guys enjoyed. I got 2 more videos I'm going to drop. Stick around. If not, I'll catch you on live streams weekend. Peace.